The release doesn't come from the adoration or the book sales. The work is still from within. That's the thing. You know, it's the voices in my head. It's not y'all. It's me. You know, it's me changing the playbook, the recording in my head that has been played over and over again. And that's what a lot of women, that's why I take what children hear from me. You know, I take that very seriously because my voice becomes the part that the recording in their head.
So what could that voice possibly be saying to you at this point that brings self-doubt?
It's always, are you working hard enough? Is there, you know, are you using this platform for a good purpose? Are you focused on what other people need? Are you getting outside of your own ego? That's, you know, we're constantly checking that with the work that we're doing. I mean, I just spent a year on a book tour talking about me, and it feels like that's enough. Now let's talk about somebody else's story. Now where are these girls who are not going to school? Because you know what, in the end, that's why I'm here. I'm not here to talk about my story or to talk about my journey. I'm here to shine a light on other young women.
And that's your big work ahead.
That's the big, I feel, that's the work that speaks to me.
You recently released a companion to Becoming. It's called the Journal. Lovely, for discovering your voice. I gave away many for Christmas.
Thank you.
And I've been keeping a journal, you know, since I was about 15 years old. I love some of the questions you include in here. You say, if you could have a conversation with a loved one who has passed away, what would you ask him or her? I'm asking that of you.
You know, I wish I knew, like, I wish I had taken the time to get to know my grandparents' full stories, because a lot of what I talk about are my impressions of what my grandparents must have been going through. I talk about my paternal grandfather, Dandy, and he was kind of a crotchety old man I write about, and now that I'm older, I can look back and think, why was he so angry? But it was because he was a brilliant black man in the era of segregation and Jim Crow who could not realize his potential. And he was probably very bitter about that.
Yeah. And imagine how that would frustrate
Imagine how that would feel. I wish I was old. I wish I had been old enough to sit down with him and ask him what he went through. How did he survive living through a world that had such limited expectations for him when he knew that, you know, there was so much more for him. Yeah. I would want to unpack that so that I could get to know him better. And the reason why I put this kind of stuff in the journal is because this is what our stories are. And I want particularly young people to know that there is time now to have some of those conversations with the elders in your life. Because the more you understand their stories, their journeys, their pains, and their hurts, you get to understand who they are in a full sense. And then you judge less, and you're more empathetic. I wish I understood my elders a bit more. But we grew up in an era where you don't ask nobody questions. You know, don't ask Dandy that.
Right.
You know,
but you wish if you could have a conversation, that's who it would be.
And I would do that with every single one of my grandparents.